Hello and welcome to my first manga haul video. My name is The Question. I put out a collection video a couple weeks ago showing off the 300 volumes I had at that time. This is a haul video of around 50 volumes that I have gotten in the last about 3 weeks. So this is everything I've gotten in the last 3 weeks. This is a good kind of example of different places that I get manga from. I've got obviously Right Stuff. I've got some stuff from Amazon, some stuff from Barnes & Noble, a book from eBay, and then I've also got some of the local used bookstores here that we have where I live in Arizona. We've got Half Price Books, and then also ZEA Records, which is a great place to find kind of older manga volumes that you don't normally find around. So for the first part, I'm going to start with Right Stuff, and this is the collection. This is the last 2 packages I have received from them, some pre-orders and then some older stuff. So let's start off here with What's Michael Fat Cat Collection Volume 2. I mentioned in my collection video I have Volume 1 of this. It's kind of like a manga version of Garfield. It's pretty much like short stories. There's not a lot of continuation between the series. And I think this is actually the last volume. I think there's only these 2 kind of larger, really thick volumes. And these actually go left to right, not the normal kind of manga right to left. So as you can see here, you know, it's kind of a really funny comedy series. Here you go. It's put out by Dark Horse. Very recommended. This volume's got a little bit of kind of wear and tear on it from when I received it, but nothing too serious. Okay, and next we have Maisen Akogu, Volume 5. I have the first 4 volumes of these. I have not started reading this series yet, but it looks like a series that I would enjoy. I love the covers, the kind of the paper quality of the covers here. So as you can see, I have Volume 5 here. I don't remember how many volumes in total this one is, but really nice artwork, and I'm looking forward to starting on this series. Okay. And here I have Dead Demons, DDD, Destruction, Volume 10 by Ennio Asano. I wanted to start collecting this. I'm a fan of Asano. I did not have any volumes of this going forward. And then this was a pre-order. So I was planning on getting the whole series. But Volume 10 was the first one that came to me from Right Stuff. So that's this. This is rated mature, so I'm not going to open it up, but this is supposed to be a really good series, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Here we've got Animal Crossing New Horizons Deserted Island Diary Volume 1. Like most people, when the pandemic hit, I was really into Animal Crossing New Horizons. I dropped off, you know, months ago. But this looked interesting, and I figured I'd pick it up and check it out. I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan. I do enjoy Animal Crossing, and this looks like kind of like a cute kind of comedy manga series. I don't know how many volumes they plan on this going for, but this first one just got released not too long ago. Okay, and here we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 10. I picked up during the Right Stuff sale where they had all the volumes of this for I think a little over $5. I bought all of them. I don't know too much about the series. I figure I'd give it a chance. The only volume that they've actually sent me so far is this volume here, which is Volume 10. So I'm still waiting on 0 through 9. And this is a pretty popular series, so I'm sure most of you already know about it. I actually have kind of not paid any attention to what this is about, just that it's kind of a well-liked series, and I figure I'd at least give it a shot. So, you know, obviously from these pages here, very action-heavy. And here we've got Parasite Volume 7. This is actually the last volume of Parasite I needed. I had received pretty much all the other ones during Right Stuff sales, and there was like 2 volumes that they were out of stock on. I think it was like 3 and 7, and so they sent me 3 in my last box, and then I've got 7 here in this box. So here's Volume 7. I actually just started reading this series. This is the current series I'm reading. I'm up through Volume 3, and it's a great series. I'm glad I picked it up. So I have all 8 volumes, and then the 2 Neo Parasite kind of volumes of stuff by other creators. Okay. And then we've got the Berserk Deluxe Editions. This one here is Volume 4. In my collection video, I mentioned that I've actually never read any Berserk. Same thing, I bought all of these during the Right Stuff sale, and they've slowly sent me volumes. I'm still, as you'll see here, this is Volume 4. And then they also sent me Volume 8. So currently I have 2, 3, 5 through 7, so I'm now just missing 1. So I'm really looking forward to being able to start reading Berserk. Okay, and then I also picked up in my collection, I have the 2 volumes of Die Dark, and I had never started reading Doro Hiduro. You know, there's a lot of volumes. It was definitely a lot more daunting than just starting to read Die Dark, and I ended up really enjoying that series, really enjoying Kyo Hishida's artwork and stories. So I decided to start picking up Doro Hiduro. I already had Volume 1. I got that in a Reddit haul collection, or Reddit pickup with a bunch of other individual mangas. And so first thing I did was order everything that Right Stuff had actually in stock at that moment. So I've got Volume 7. And once again, with these being mature, I'm not going to open them. I got Volume 8. I got Volume 9. I got Volume 10. And then no 11, but I got Volume 12. And then we skip ahead to Volume 16. Volume 17. Volume 18. Volume 19. Nice bright orange cover. This one's pretty thick compared to some of the other ones. They seem to be getting thicker as they go. And then we've got Volume 20. These are some great covers. I like the bright colors. So Volume 20 there. And that is everything from Right Stuff, from my Right Stuff pickups. Okay, so next we have my pickup from Amazon. These are 3 volumes that they had in stock that were not in stock at Right Stuff. So these are the only 3 that I was able to get from Amazon. So we have Volume 15 here. We have Volume 21. And then we have Volume 22. So those are the 3 that were in stock at Amazon that were not in stock at Right Stuff. So those are what I picked up from Amazon. Okay, so my next place to pick up volumes of Doro Hiduro was Barnes & Noble. So next I went on to Barnes & Noble's website and picked up the volumes they had in stock. So I happened to get volume 4, volume 5, once again, these early ones are definitely a lot thinner than the volumes, and once they start getting up to the late 15 through 20. And then we jump up to 11. And we've got 13. And then 14. So I think that's all the Doro Hiduro volumes that I got in. And I think that leaves me with just needing 2, 3, and 23, I think is all that I need after this. Okay, and this is another batch of new books. And these are all from a site called Takara Cafe. I found out about them off of their Reddit, off a Reddit thread that they had created. And they actually have their own small website where they sell new manga, and they were having a sale, and so I wanted to get some more copies of the Dead Demons DDDD Destruction. So as you saw earlier, I had volume 10, so I went ahead and picked up all the volumes they had in stock. So I got volume 1, got volume 3, I got volume 4, and as you can tell from these covers, it all looks kind of cute, kind of school, maybe slice of life, but I do know Asano's books tend to be not like that too much, and it's also a rated M book, so I'm assuming bad stuff happens. We've got volume 5. And then we've got volume 6. And we've got volume 7. So once again, I got these from a site called Takara Cafe. I highly recommend using them. Shipping was fast. Everything was packaged well. Great communication. They have a reward system where you can get points. So yeah, definitely check them out if you're looking for stuff. And then if you follow them, I think on Instagram they have sales occasionally, so you can, get percentage off coupons. Okay, so now we're on to the used pickups that I got. So this is more of the older stuff. So this first few volumes I all got from Half Price Books. I don't know if they're nationwide. We have, I think, 2 of them kind of in my area here in Arizona. So I go there, maybe twice a month and kind of see what they have. They tend to have a lot of 7 Seas books that are new, but have a little remainder mark on the top. So this first volume is one of those. So we got Satoko and Nada, volume 1, and this is one of those. They have a lot of 7 Seas volumes where you can tell they're definitely new copies, but they'll have like the little black remainder mark on top of them. So this one looked interesting. Looks like kind of like a slice of life about a friendship between a Japanese woman and her Muslim roommate. Let's see here. So this one looks like something I would enjoy. I haven't really heard too much about it. but I figure I'd check that one out. And then we've got this really old Tokyo Pop book. I'd actually never heard of this series, but the cover looked kind of off-putting, and I figure I might give it a shot. It looks like a one-shot. I don't see any volume numbers. It's called Go With Grace by, looks like George Alexopoulos. No idea how to pronounce that. But here we go. It says it's a drama romance. It's like Grace is a bedridden girl with no reason to live until one night when she is visited by a mysterious boy who invites her to leave her room for the first time in years. So I do not know too much about this. It looks like it might be an interesting book, and just a one volume here. And then I also picked up Gunslinger Girl Omnibus Volume 1. I have not read any of this manga previously. I did watch the anime back when it originally came out, so 10 plus years ago. I did watch season 1 of this anime, and I enjoyed it. But this omnibus looks very nice. This one definitely is used. I can tell it's, you know, it's got a little bit of wear on it, and it is the Seven Seas book. So yeah, so it's omnibus. And that is everything from Half Price Books. Okay, so this next stack is from ZEA Records. We have quite a few of them here in Arizona. I know they also have them in Las Vegas. They are a used media store. So books, manga, video games, records, obviously, DVDs, collectibles. They're pretty giant stores, and they have really good pricing. And I'm always finding rare used stuff. They also sell some new manga at retail prices, but they also have a bunch of used stuff. And so I usually go to a few of them at least a couple times a month and kind of check them out. So this one had a bunch of Tezuka, some of his lesser known stuff that was released by Platinum Manga. So who gave them physical releases. So we got Alabaster Volume 1. I think these were originally like Kickstarted. That's how they actually funded these. So these, like I said, these are definitely his lesser known stuff. This is not his big name stuff like Astro Boy, Phoenix, Blackjack. This is more his lesser known stuff. Not supposed to be as good, I think, but definitely feel like something interesting to have in my collection, and I'm looking forward to reading these. Like you can see here, this one was only $5.99. So I got Alabaster Volume 1 and Alabaster Volume 2. And normally ZEA Records doesn't seal their manga. When I went to one of the stores this last time, pretty much every single volume was sealed, plastic sealed, which is kind of weird for them. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, these are in really good shape. You can kind of tell, but it was just weird. And then here we've got Brave Dan, another Tezuka book. And like I said, I don't really know too much about any of these series. I just thought they looked interesting, and I, definitely want to read them. And these ones here, these next two were $7.99. This is Captain Ken, which according to the back kind of looks like some sort of space cowboy series. Looks interesting. So we've got Volume 1 here. And then we've got Volume 2 here. So they had both volumes of this. Or I assume this is only a 2-volume series. So that was all the Tezuka. And then this next series, I've actually seen it at the same ZEA Records for about the last 3 or 4 times I've went there, and I kind of would look at it a little bit and go, maybe, and then I ended up not picking it up. And then this time I grabbed it. They had volumes 2 through 5, so I went ahead and ordered book 1 off Amazon just that way I could start reading the series. So it is The Witch and the Beast. So I've got volume 2 here. I don't know too much about this series. I checked it out on Goodreads. It's got some really good reviews. It looks interesting. Let's see here. It has good art. And it says on the back, dark, stylish fairy tale. volume 3. And we've got volume 4, and all of these are in really good condition. And then we've got volume 5. So like I said, I picked up volume 1 so that way I can actually read this series from Amazon. Once that comes in, I'll definitely check this out. I think this is an ongoing series, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's too much higher than this. So these are, I think, fairly newer. Okay, and this is a series, 1 Pound Gospel by Rumiko Takahashi. This is the same creator of Maisen Ikoku that I have, and then also Mermaid Saga. I have not started reading any of those series. This series I'd never heard of. Looks like an interesting series. I think it's a romance title. We got a nun and a boxer on the cover, so that's definitely different. She's also the creator of Ranma 1/2 and Inuyasha, as it says here. So this is volume 1. We've got volume 2, where that boxer is now eating, looks like a cheeseburger. We've got volume 3, and these were all $5.99 each. And then volume 4, which according to the back is the final volume. And like I said, I've never heard of this series. Definitely a lesser known series. I mean, otherwise I've heard of pretty much all her other major work, so I figure I would have heard of this one. And definitely picking it up. It's a shorter 4-volume series. That makes it far more likely that I'm going to pick something up. I mean, if this would have been 30 or 40 volumes, I definitely wouldn't have picked up every one of these. But for a shorter series, you know, I'm willing to give a shot, and I'm looking forward to reading these 4 volumes. Okay, and this pickup was actually from eBay. So during my collection video, I talked about The Drifting Classroom by Kazuo Umez, and I was actually unaware that there had been a lot more stuff released in English that was just long out of print. The only thing I was actually aware of was those Drifting Classroom books, and then I think Cat-Eyed Boy I knew was had been released in English, but I thought that was it. I think a series called Orochi is getting perfect editions like those Drifting Classroom big hardcovers, but that was all that I was aware of until I kind of did a Google search and found out that there was at least a few more books that had been released in English from him, and I actually was able to get one off eBay, and here it is. It's called Reptilia. And this one was actually released by IDW. I think this was the first volume of manga that IDW actually released. I'm not a big fan of the cover. It looks like they got Ashley Wood, who is an American comic artist, to do the cover. I mean, the cover's not bad, but it just, when you actually look at the pages, it doesn't really seem to fit well with it. So kind of go through the pages, and you know, we got kind of the same style of artwork that you have in the Drifting Classroom, but it kind of a little more cartoony than what they went with the cover here. And like I said, it's an older volume from IDW. The seller actually emailed me shortly after I purchased it. When they were pulling it off the shelf to start packaging it, they noticed that they had forgotten that it had a remainder mark here, so it's just like some black marker, and so they gave me 10% off of it, or $10 off of it for that. So I was more than happy to take it. That doesn't bother me too much because it's in otherwise fairly good condition. So really looking forward to getting to read this. Looks very interesting. I'd love to read a lot more of his stuff. Hopefully more of his stuff gets released in English. But let me know in the comments if anybody has read this or seen this. I've actually never seen this anywhere. It's not it was not in stock at Amazon, even by used sellers when I looked. So definitely a lesser known manga volume. Okay, so here's the final haul. As you can see, there's also the Akira 35th anniversary box set. I did get that in from Amazon over the last week or two. That was available. I have not read any of this. I have seen the movie a couple times, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I've opened it up, and the hardcovers are pretty large, so definitely going to be a lot of reading there, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, if you have any comments, any thoughts about anything I picked up, any recommendations, go ahead and let me know. But otherwise, thanks for watching my video.